So today's video is not going to be a very fun one. It's not going to be an NBA expansion video or an NFL expansion video. Today's video is going to be very serious. And the reason is because next week the NFL is going to be voting on whether or not the tush push should be banned. Now, why am I talking about this? Am I some kind of tush pushing connoisseur? Well, maybe, but in reality it's because I'm an Eagles fan who just really cares about my team, and I think that this whole thing is really pretty ridiculous. So together we're going to go through the top reasons that people use to justify banning the tush push and just kind of disprove all of them. One very big reason that people bring up is player safety. I don't want my defensive tackles to get injured when they line up for this tush push and they get bowled over by offensive linemen. Don't you know that by getting everyone down and low and compact and pushing with the QB and the receivers behind him pushing, don't you know that you're going to get someone really badly injured, including the QB? Now, these are all things that I've heard from other people who aren't Eagles fans or who just want the tush push banned because, again, they're not Eagles fans and they just hate the fact that the Eagles can do it so well. I swear, it seems like almost all the people that want the tush push banned is because their team can't do it. You know what I mean? Their team just can't do it. With regards to player safety, I mean, it's just kind of hilarious that people are talking about, oh my gosh, we don't want people to get injured and stuff like that, when there have been 0 injuries from this play. 0 people have been medically examined and diagnosed and be like, hey, you broke your neck, or you sprained something, or you pulled something. That hasn't happened. I've watched every single tush push with our offensive linemen lining up in that formation every single time to do the tush push, plowing into defensive tackles, with Jalen Hurts taking the snap and with the 2 people behind him to push him. Not one time did an offensive lineman or Jalen Hurts or one of the guys pushing like they couldn't get up from the ground, or went into the blue tent and were examined for an injury, or even after the game were declared to have an injury. Don't you think that if an offensive lineman like Jason Kelsey, when he was doing it, or Lane Johnson, or Jalen Hurts himself, if he was getting injured, like every single time he did it, there was a concussion occurring? Which is another thing I've heard, like, oh my gosh, don't you know you're going to get a concussion? Don't you think they would stop doing it? Like the Eagles themselves, don't you think the Eagles would stop doing the tush push play to protect themselves? The fact that people don't think about that, like, oh yeah, well, you're just going to keep doing it even if your players are getting concussions, like, no. At the end of the day, if you're going to ban the tush push for fear of spraining something, a concussion, whatever it may be, you might as well just stop playing football, because every single time a receiver catches the ball in the middle of the field, there's always a chance he's going to get clobbered in the middle of the field. He's going to get clotheslined, he's going to get smacked, he's going to get shellacked. Football is a dangerous sport, and there have been more people doing things like just walking onto the field. With Greenlaw against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year, he got injured just walking onto the field. There have been more injuries with someone walking onto the field than with someone doing the tush push. Should we ban people from walking onto the field? Maybe we should put them on the cart and ride them over to the line of scrimmage to line up. It just doesn't make any sense why people bring up injuries when there have been no injuries. Another point that people make is that the tush push is automatic. Now, I don't know where people got this from. It's not automatic. People are like, oh, it makes it less fun, when it's 4th and 1 and you're going to do the tush push and everyone knows it's coming and everyone knows that they can't stop it. It's basically 100%. Like, you might as well just give them the first down. Just do it. They had a less than 90% success rate this past year. I think it was closer around the 80s. I'll throw that up on the screen. I believe the Bills had a very similar success rate as to the Eagles with their tush push. I mean, we might as well get rid of PATs, because PATs, their success rate is like higher than the tush push, that's for sure. I just don't understand that they're like, oh, you're just gonna get it every single time, when the data just shows that you're not getting it every single time. So that just seems kind of stupid. All right, another thing that people point out is that, oh my gosh, you're pushing someone. So pushing in the NFL is legal, and it has been legal for quite a little bit of time. I think like 20 years, don't quote me on it, I can put it on the screen. So the fact that pushing is legal, it's not something that you can use to invalidate using the tush push. The push part of the tush push, it's allowed. One thing I have seen people say is the fact that D tackles and defensive ends, they can't push each other. So basically players can't push each other on the defensive side of the field. That's great. Let's tweak it. If you want to tweak it and you want to make it possible for the defensive line and defensive players to be able to push each other, I see nothing wrong with that. It'll make that play a little more interesting. Two tush pushes going up against each other. I'm totally fine with that. The next thing that people mention is the fact that it's not a football play, it's a rugby play. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know diddly squat about rugby. I've never watched it. I don't give a hoot about rugby, don't care about that sport at all. But what I do know is that yes, the tush push is a football play for multiple reasons, and I'll just break it down for you. Number one, it's a QB sneak. The tush push is under the umbrella term that is QB sneak. It's under that umbrella. All tush pushes are QB sneaks, but not all QB sneaks are tush pushes. And what a QB sneak is just the person who's behind center. When they snap the ball, they immediately go over the line or go through the line, go in between the line. And the tush push is no different other than for the fact that there are two people pushing the booty, which we've already determined pushing to be completely legal. Pushing forward is obviously allowed, and a QB doing a QB sneak is obviously allowed, and someone pushing the QB's two fat booty cheeks is obviously allowed. So the fact that it's not a football play, I can't get behind that. You obviously already know my stance, which is that the tush push should not be, banned. The only reason people are trying to ban is because they're just salty that the Eagles won the Super Bowl and that, they got knocked out on the way to the playoffs. I'm looking at you Packers, I'm looking at you Commanders, I'm looking at you. I mean, there's some teams in the AFC that, like the Bills who use the tush push. I mean, the Bills are probably just salty that Josh Allen couldn't get over the line. That's what they're salty about. It makes me a little bit upset thinking about how they're going to try to ban it. We'll see if it gets banned or not. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter all that much. I still think we're going to dominate even without the tush push. The one thing that I could see the tush push getting banned for, and it's something that I would be able to get behind, is if there's a natural progression of things and maybe, the tush push evolves into a play where a team such as the Eagles or maybe another team adapts it in a way that they're able to do it so good that they're just doing the tush push down the length of the field. I know maybe that makes me sound a little hypocritical because I'm here defending the tush push, saying how good it is and how the Eagles should be able to use it and why we shouldn't penalize the Eagles for using it just because they're good at it. But then on the other hand, I'm saying, well, if you're gonna use it so much, if you're so good at it that you're just gonna drive down the field with it, then it should be banned. There is something to say about football trying to make it a fun sport. If the pass play was taken out of football, if you couldn't pass across the line of scrimmage, the viewer ratings for football would drop enormously. Everyone loves the pass happy league that the NFL is today. And I'll admit, passing is way funner than watching someone run, unless it's Saquon Barkley, and running is funner than watching a tush push, and I certainly wouldn't want the Eagles to be doing a tush push all the way down the field, even if it secured them 3 to 4 yards every single time. And that's because viewing pleasure. Right now, we're not at that point, so it's kind of hard for me to say, let's ban it now, when we don't even know if that's, we've never seen that happen before. We don't even know if that's possible to just drive down the field solely on tush pushes. But if that were to happen, then yeah, I think something would need to change, because that's not the way football is supposed to be. Not the play itself, but the way the play is used, as far as to the extent that it's used. I really hope you guys have been enjoying my channel. I have way more videos coming out. I just graduated, so I'll be definitely spending a lot more time on getting more videos out there. I'm super excited for the football season to start in September. It's just gonna be fun, gonna be tons of fun. We're gonna be talking about whole tons of fun stuff, so make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you want to watch more stuff like this video and stuff that I've published before. Yeah, just hope you guys take it easy, have a good day, and I will talk to you later. Take it easy.